Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're jumping into Zoom for educators.
Yeah, specifically looking at the Zoom Best Practices for Educators guide.
Right, and our mission really is to pull out some, practical, useful tips for anyone teaching online.
Make it actionable.
Exactly. It's become so
Well,
central, hasn't it? So let's get right to it. What are the standout features we should mention first?
well, obviously, screen sharing is like fundamental. You need to show things
Mm-hmm.
and chat too for those quick questions or links. But there's more nuance to using them well.
Okay, yeah, let's dig into that. Breakout rooms, they seem like a really powerful tool mentioned in the source. How do we make them actually boost learning?
Right. So the key with breakout rooms is structure. It's not just throwing students in there.
Okay.
You give them a specific tasks, clear discussion points. It encourages participation, especially from maybe quieter students. It creates these little focused learning zones.
Smaller zones, yeah, I like that. But keeping everyone engaged, even in the main room. And that's the tricky part behind a screen, isn't it? What works beyond just, cold calling.
Yeah, engagement is huge. It's about variety. So polls are good, but think about using the annotation tools together on a document.
Oh, collaboratively.
Exactly. Or like maybe quick interactive games for review. The goal is active involvement, not just passive watching.
Makes sense. Okay,
Okay.
let's pivot slightly. Security, it's got to be top of mind. What are the absolute must-dos to keep things safe and avoid disruptions?
Absolutely critical. Number one, waiting rooms, always. Screen who's coming in.
Right.
Then passwords on every meeting. And disable screen sharing for students. By default, you can enable it later if needed.
Good point.
And just being ready, know how to quickly mute or remove someone if things go sideways. Vigilance is key.
Got it. Okay, but even with perfect security, tech issues happen, right?
Mm.
Glitches, bad connections. What are common problems and maybe some quick fixes?
Oh, yeah, the dreaded frozen screen or choppy audio. Bad internet is often the culprit.
Mhm.
Encourage everyone to test their setup beforehand. That saves a lot of hassle. And always have a plan B, like maybe have key materials on the LMS in case screen share just completely fails.
Good backup plan.
Yeah.
Let's circle back to screen sharing. We know the basics, but how can teachers use it in maybe more creative or impactful ways?
Well, beyond just showing slides, think about modeling. So walking through a math problem step by step right there on screen.
Live demonstration.
Exactly. Or showing how to use a specific website or resource. Or even annotating text together, highlighting things, asking questions right on the shared document. It's that show, don't just tell idea.
I like that. What about the whiteboard feature? Is it just like a digital version of the classroom board?
It can be, but it's actually potentially more powerful. The big advantage is simultaneous collaboration.
Ah, so multiple people at once.
Yes. Multiple students can brainstorm, solve problems visually, draw concepts together, and then you can save that whole thing and share it afterwards. It makes it way more interactive.
That is a game changer. Okay, LMS integration. The source mentions connecting Zoom with things like Canvas or Moodle. Why bother? What's the benefit there?
It just streamlines everything, really. You can schedule your Zoom meetings right from your course page.
Okay.
Sometimes it can automatically track attendance, which is handy. And it makes sharing recordings or related files super easy because it's all within that familiar system students already use.
Like
Less clicking around.
Nice. Are there any, hidden gems, add-ons, or other tools that work well with Zoom for teaching?
Yeah, there are definitely things out there. Some tools offer more sophisticated polling or quizzing features than Zoom's built-in ones.
Okay.
There are apps for better virtual backgrounds sometimes, or tools specifically for enhanced collaborative annotation. It's worth exploring what fits your style.
Interesting. So last big question maybe. How does Zoom stack up against other platforms out there, specifically for education? What makes it so popular?
Well, Zoom gained a reputation early on for being pretty reliable and relatively easy to use.
Mm.
And features like the breakout rooms were quite developed compared to some others initially. While competitors have caught up a lot, Zoom often gets credit for having a really robust feature set geared towards, classroom-type interactions.
So it sounds like the real skill isn't just knowing where the buttons are, but thinking strategically about how each feature can actually support learning.
That's exactly it. It's pedagogy first, then using the tool to support that. And, as virtual teaching keeps evolving, mastering these platforms effectively is just going to become more and more important for educators.
That's a perfect summary. So for you listening, thinking about all this, what's one Zoom strategy or feature maybe you haven't used much
Yeah.
that you might try out differently now?
Yeah, give it some thought. Keep experimenting.
Lots to think about. Until our next deep dive.